Hey guys, it's Wes, not your normal miner here. Today I've got a fun one for you. Today we've got another ramp and run. We've finally been able to emulate what we've seen on multiple mining pools as well as multiple different algorithms as far as the ramp and run. And when we talk with you ramp and run, we'll explain that here to you just a little bit. But we have been over on 2miners.com, over on their Ethereum solo pool, and we have been using MININGRigRentals.com. As always, guys, please do your own research, okay? Um, Always, it's very important. No matter what you're doing in this space, you really need to do your own research. In the description down below, I'm going to have links to everything that we talk about. First things first, solo mining is not recommended. In the upper right hand corner, we're going to have links to videos, and I've got plenty of videos that'll explain to you why solo mining is not recommended. You can go extreme lengths of time um, without finding anything, and that's zero in your coin bag. But today, guys, we're talking with you about using mining rig rentals and 2miners.com to do what we call the ramp and run. This is an address that these addresses you can see on any solo mining pool that shares it. What we do is we follow these different addresses and you can see large spikes, 500 gigahash, 1 terahash plus, large spikes in hash rate. And what you see is as they're ramping up or those large spikes are happening, they're finding blocks. Now it's either if there's tons and tons of shares that are being sent out when miners are first turned on. I've seen that in my own GPUs as we're just having lots and lots of shares. So if we're catching some low difficulty blocks or something like that, I don't know exactly, but what we've seen over time, and it's been very successful for multiple mining addresses is what we call the ramp and run, and that's where you shoot lots and lots of hash at a mining pool for a short amount of time, and when you hit a block, you run on to the next mining pool. So that's what we're going to be talking with you about today. We've been using mining rig rentals, and over on Ethereum solo pool on 2miners.com. As always, in the description down below, guys, we'll have links to this stuff, so please do your own research. If you like these kind of videos, please give us a thumbs up. We really cherish that. If you're new to the channel as well, please um, give us that subscription bell. That's something we really, really cherish as well. We got a lot of great things coming up. We are a cryptocurrency mining based channel focusing on pool testings, how to, solo mining, miner program testings, all sorts of fun mining related things. We did also build our remote garden location so we could show you everything that we did as we scaled up with multiple GPU and ASIC mining rigs. When I'm doing any type of mining, pool mining, solo mining, whether I'm mining Ravencoin, Ethereum, ZCASH, Zen, um, Zcoin, whatever we're mining, I do head over first to MININGPOOLSTATS.STREAM. The link will be in the description down below. Going to see some really cool things here. I do like to know what the pool fee is, my minimum payouts. That can be really important. Miners online, 7-day history, hash rates. I also like to see who's finding blocks. There's a lot of different pools. I always say do your own research on that. We will also head over to 2cryptocalc.com. I'm going to punch in how much hash rate I've got. That's going to show me an average time to find a block. Now, does that mean that we will find a block? No. We may never find a block, guys. That's one thing. When I say solo mining is not recommended, we're going to have a video link in the description up there in the upper right hand corner. I have plenty of information on why it's not recommended. So if you cannot go long lengths of time without hammering blocks and earning coins in your bag, solo mining is not for you. With that being said, it can be very successful, and that's something that we've been trying to show or emulate here recently with doing the ramp and run. So here's one of the rentals. We had 110 gigahash per second. Over on miningrigRentals.com, you can see all the stats and such. We did also have one rig at 70 gigahash per second. You can also see that there was some time extended and some refunds. There was extended periods of time when both of these mining rigs were actually off. It was showing that it was an issue with pool side, which I know is not the fact. We mine on pools with tons of hash. We've been doing it quite some time. I feel that sometimes they just shut the rigs off once they get to a certain hash power, and once they're close, and then they just try to ramp back up to keep you on a good RPI. Now, with that being said, ramp and run, guys, that's something that is we've seen be very, very successful. We'll show you here. This is not our address. This is just one of the many addresses on Poolside that we found, but it's been very successful. 2 blocks in 24 hours for this address, and they haven't even been hashing. I mean, now that they've been using a lot of hash, and there's a lot of cost to that. But today we're talking with you about ramping and running, and once again, we did use mining, rig rentals, and 2miners.com. So as always, guys, and links down below will have descriptions to this. So when we say ramp and run, we'll show you here we did ramp and run a couple times over the last 48 hours. One time with 110 gigahash per second, another time with 180 gigahash per second. Over here we're going to show you very shortly into this last time. We did find count them, two solo Ethereum blocks within 1 minute of each other. That's right. First time that we've actually had personal luck of 0 finding a solo block as well. So as soon as we found these 2 blocks, we did go ahead and do the ramp and run. So we ran over here to ethereum.solopool.org. Like I said, guys, what we're finding here and what we're trying to show you, no one else is showing you this kind of stuff. No one else is explaining to you this. What we're doing is we're trying to emulate the ramp and run, and we're trying to show you what throwing large amounts of hash at the pools for short amount of time when these rigs are ramping up. Something's happening with the amount of shares that they're putting out, I believe, and some of those low-lying shares maybe. Comment down below, tell me what you guys think. But we were over here for a little while, and I believe, once again, I said that the rigs started going offline. Well, I believe it was because these guys were shutting their rigs offline, or there was an issue there. Once again, I don't know exactly, but we ramped over here. As soon as we found those 2 blocks, we did ramp and run from 2miners.com over to ethereum.solopool.org. And then we did come back over to Ethereum Solo Pool at 2miners.com. We were here for a little while, probably another 45 minutes, and didn't have any luck. So shortly after that, we did head to pool mining, and we went over to 2miners.com, their standard mining pool. We were there for a little over 20 minutes. The pool found a block, we did not, and you can see for that we earned 0.41367 Ethereum. So when we were hammering with that, we decided to ramp and run right out of there because that was nice. So we headed back over to Ethereum Solo over at 2miners.com, and we just let it sit. We had about an hour left with that rental at that time. That's when things started to get squirrely. There were some issues over on MININGRigRentals.com, and I will say this, I created a ticket and things were resolved. But there was a couple extensions on our rigs which worked out very nicely in our favor. Once again, I feel the rig owners were trying to get their RPI up. They weren't able to bring it back after it being off for over 30 minutes, I feel. But once again, we brought it back over to 2miners.com and their solo pool. And as you can see, we did end up wrapping up. We found towards the end, we found count them, two more solo Ethereum blocks. One of those happened to be an uncle. That's right, we were an uncle finder. We followed that up about 24 minutes later with a standard pool block of 1.97 Ethereum. So, guys, we've been talking with you today about ramping and running. And as always, guys, do your own research in the description down below. I got links to all this stuff. You guys know solo mining is not recommended. In the upper right hand corner, I'll have another link to that video. But if you guys want to learn a little bit more about ramping and running, check out our channel. We got a lot of fun stuff that we've been documenting here. We have been using MININGRigRentals.com as well as 2miners Solo Ethereum for this. If you guys want to see how we figure out our rigs over at Mining Rig Rentals, well, we do go over to the Dagger Hashimoto in the rig section here, and you can scroll down and you can see all sorts of different types of hash rates. In the middle here we've got RPI. Typically I want something in green. Green is good, means that it hashes pretty darn close to what they have estimated it to be. New means just that, it hasn't had a chance to get a good RPI, so you're going to be at your own risk. One thing I do like about MININGRigRentals.com is if there is an issue, and at the end they do review every Rental. That's right, guys. Every rental they say they review, and they're going to go ahead, and if they think there's an issue, they're going to go ahead and refund you however much they think that is. Now, you and them might not see eye to eye on that, but it is a nice feature. And at the end of every rental, down at the bottom, there's a place that you can create a support ticket, and you can do that actually during any rental. And I've had times where rigs have not come online for over an hour. I've created a support ticket, and within just a few seconds, those things are taken care of. So there's definitely some nice things about miningrigRentals.com. So in the description down below, we'll have a link to that so you can check that out. We'll head back over here. Once again, there is just pages and pages. And if you want to rent your rig with Ethereum or Litecoin or Bitcoin, there's just a nice button there that you can pick, and you can go down. What we like to do is we like to find those large amounts of hash and see what we can do with that. So that's what we've been talking with you today, guys. Ramping and running, trying to emulate what we've seen on different mining pools, and this is on different algorithms, guys. I've got a video on ramp and run in the description down below. We're going to have links to all of this stuff. If you like this video, comment down below. Tell me why you liked it. If you ramp and run and it hasn't been successful, you better tell me why. If you didn't like this video, you better tell us why as well. But if you are new to the channel, we really cherish that subscription. Our little hashers love it, and they cannot wait to be hashing away with their own content. But once again, guys, my name is Wes. I'm not your normal miner. We've been talking with you about ramping and running using mining rig rentals and 2miners.com, their solo mining pool. In the description down below, you can follow us to Twitter as well. If you want to catch up with our latest and greatest, there's a link over to Discord. We try to document as much of this stuff so you guys can see it. Once again, I don't know anybody else that's documenting solo mining, showing you guys the pros and cons about it. As always, guys, solo mining is not recommended. I got plenty of videos in the upper right hand corner explaining to you why. But today, within the last 24 hours, we have ramped and run and ramped and run. And as you can see, we found that block right as that was shutting down, and we have ran down to 0% luck. My name's Wes, not your normal miner. Thank you.